Who set these metrics for you? Who said you had to be where you thought you had to be by December 31st?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Words of Wisdom podcast. This is the place to be if you're a soulful entrepreneur who is ready to manifest an expansive business and life that includes that time, space, energetic, and financial freedom. I'm your host, Minerva Maharaj. I'm a certified spiritual coach, manifesting master, and founder of Goddess of Wisdom Spiritual Life Coaching and Starseed Academy Coach Training. I'm so grateful you are here, and I promise I'll be giving you the stories, the strategies, the tips to create that life your soul came here to experience. Thank you so much again for being here. Let's dive into this week's episode.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's mini manifesting class. This is part 2 of propelling you and preparing you for exponential growth in 2025. So today what I'm going to talk about is how to avoid burnout and that push energy as we end this year. I'm excited about this topic, as you can tell. So there's about 3 weeks left in the year. Three and a half weeks left in the year. And I am noticing there are people feeling that push. And honestly, last week I even caught myself a little bit of this fast-paced energy, and also reviewing my goals and seeing what goals I hit and what I didn't hit. And so it's easy to fall into that space of like, oh, there's only 3 weeks left. I have to hurry up and I didn't hit my goal yet. So what else could I do? And then we go into that frantic pressure push energy to make things happen. And that's not going to serve you. That's not going to actually help you get those goals. And if it does, it's not going to be sustainable in what's going to help you receive and create exponential growth in 2025. It's a habit that needs to break. And so I'm going to share with you how to overcome that and how to make the rest of this year more pleasurable, more ease and flow, and set you up for more of that in the next year. Because I also want to say, if you want that next level growth in your income, in your business, in your life, more peace, more flow, more stability, it's not going to come from burnout energy. It's not going to come from exasperating yourself. It's not going to come from pushing and bending over backwards and that heavy constricted energy. And that, even though that feels familiar and comfortable to you, may have been the way you have done things, it's not going to be the way to expedite things and to expand your business and your next level. Okay, so how do we avoid that burnout and push that we may be feeling by the end of this year? So number one, if you're feeling that push and that burnout, you need to realize the reason you feel that is because you're measuring yourself against metrics that are not your own. You have set these standards and goals for yourself that are not your own. It's perhaps something you've set that you see other coaches doing. This belief or this identity that if it's your first year of business or your third year of business, you would have been so further along because you saw Susie and Sally and Casey do it that way. And so if you don't hit it that way, if you're not there now, then that must mean you're doing something wrong. And then you go into feeling like a failure, like you didn't do enough. And how do you hustle and how do you push and how do you make this happen by the end of this year? And you also go into this place of beating yourself up and questioning yourself and minimizing what you did achieve this year. So number one, you need to realize and ask yourself, what are these goals and metrics you have set for yourself that you must hit 100K by the end of the year, that you must be at 10K months, you must be at 20K months. Where did those come from? Who set those measures for you? You may say, that's what I wanted. Well, ask yourself, why did you want that? And there's also not anything wrong with wanting those things. Let me get that straight. There's nothing wrong with wanting those things. It's about where are those wants coming from? And why do you want them? Because the energy and frequency and the basis of where they come from, whether it's your being or your inner being, your core truth, or ego, or from conditioning or from a conformed identity, Conformed identity meaning this conformed image of yourself based on family and parents and teachers and the industry, who you thought you had to be, and you created yourself that way. Where is it coming from? And if it's coming from other people and not your soul, and what felt like knowing in your body, that felt like truth in your body, when it comes from truth and knowing, you know you're going to achieve it. It doesn't matter the timelines per se. It's fun to set those goals, but you're coming from a different energy of this is happening. It is already done. It is made. I'm having fun along the way. You're moving from a place of alignment versus from a place of force, pressure, and push. So ask yourself, who set these metrics for you? Who said you had to be where you thought you had to be by December 31st? Because chances are, if you're feeling like a failure, if you're feeling like you didn't do enough, if you're feeling like I'm not where I wanted to be, if you're feeling down and hard on yourself, that is the number one sign that your goal was set by somebody else. Not that, oh, so-and-so said, this is what you need to do, Minerva. This is what you need to do, Sally. You picked it up and adapted it and adopted it as your own. And you didn't take the time to ask, where did this belief come from? Where did this desire come from? Desire feels pure, feels light, feels expansive. When it's coming from soul and your truth and your inner being, it feels like knowing you have that trust and feeling. And you're not going to feel down about yourself. So number one is to realize these metrics that you've set for yourself. Where did it come from? Another reason it doesn't feel good and it feels like push and pressure right now is because you're working against your own truth. If you feel like a failure, if you feel like you're not doing enough, if you feel like there's this push, if you feel burnt out, you're like, let's just keep going. There's 3 more weeks. There's 1 more week until I can take vacation. You're working against your truth. You're working against your true desire. And your true desire is for more rest. It's for ease. It's for flow. It's for quality time with family. It's for a restorative time. It's for celebration. Not just with family or whatever holiday you celebrate, but celebrating yourself. This is the time to do it, to prepare yourself for 2025. Not December 31st, not January 1st. I mean, you could do it on those days too, but you don't want to do it in a place at a time where you're doing it because you feel shitty about yourself, right? You got to set up, and everyone's doing videos about this. There's so many great ones on Happy Healthy about setting up yourself for 2025 now. And I never got that concept because I'm like, let me finish off this year and finish my goals first, please, before I assess. When really this is how you set yourself up. This is the time for evaluation. This is the time for review. This is the time for rest and restoration. This is the time to reset. And I just got off a call, our group call for my Manifest mentorship, and someone said, it's like you're building stability. The reason you're taking January 1st off is because of the stability you have built. But yes, but that was the intention. I don't want to rush back into work. I'm taking 3 weeks off actually from December 14th. Going to Mexico, then come back, family time, some fun time. I'm not doing any work then. And I'm taking intentionally that first week off of January because starting new year, I want to ground. Even I'm doing this work now and I'm feeling really good about this stuff now. And mind you, there were things that I was like, oh, I'm not exactly where I thought I would be by the year. And you could go down that route, or you could go down the route of like, but holy shit, look how much I did achieve. I had way more balance, had so much time off. Every program I put out, there were people that signed up that I loved working with. I was more intentional about my work. I'm speaking more through Happy Healthy Women. I have my weekly women's networking group. I went and looked at all those things. I talked about this more in part 1 last week. So go take a look at that video of assessing your 2025, especially if you were feeling shitty about it. So coming back to what it is you truly desire, what you truly desire. I even caught myself in that. I'm like, I was starting to feel the push. I'm like, oh, I'm taking off. Like most people are taking a week off if they are, or 2 weeks off. I'm taking 3 weeks off starting December 14th. So I was feeling like I only got 2 weeks to get the rest of the stuff done. And then I felt that pressure and push. I'm like, well, who said like what am I telling myself here? Like, what did I think I need to get done before that? And then I pulled back and I did so many things great this year. So what intentionally do I want to share and invite people to for the rest of the month? What am I going to have set up for while I'm off of vacation? I'm going to go into that shortly. The real question was like, what do I desire the rest of the year to be like? I want to rest and relax right now. Manifestor and Human Design, we do lots of resting. I guess where I got my biggest inspiration from. I birth the greatest things when I'm in rest mode. My creativity just skyrockets during that time. So I honor that rest for myself. But what I really desire was just like winding down, reviewing, not pushing, not doing more, not hustling, not getting everything up and ready before I take off. And that's why I went down to, like, I'm just going to do one live for the week on Instagram/Facebook, right? I 2 cameras working here right now. I'm going to use that and turn that into my podcast. My assistant will edit it up a little bit. Hi, everyone listening to the podcast. And I have my weekly newsletters. It's easy to write. I voice note that to my assistant. And I'm just going to do some finishing touches on Starseed Academy. And these are the things I'm going to have set up. I'm going to have some newsletters set up for my assistant. She's going to work over the holidays, but minimally. We checked with each other. What does each other want? That's what feels onerous for her. Onerous, that's just a word. I'm going to be off. So I'm going to send you everything that I would love done over that time. And we plan that even November, right? So I'm just honoring my desires, and what I truly want is that rest and renewal feeling, and to reset and to celebrate. So important. Okay. The next thing is number 2. What do you truly desire the rest of the year to be? So I did touch on this a bit in step 1, right? Because otherwise, if you're feeling that pressure, like I was saying, that's coming from other metrics that are really not your own at the core, right? So then I asked myself, what do I desire? What is my truth? And so number 2 really moves into that. It's like moves you into really sitting down and asking yourself, what do you truly desire the rest of the year to be? And not just like result wise or financially or whatever. How do you desire to feel for the rest of the year? What is the energy you want to close up with and that you want to bring into the new year? Be intentional about that, because that's going to set off the chain reaction for next year. If you're going into next year as like frantic, I didn't do enough, feeling like a failure, I need to do more, guess what? You're going to start January 1st be like, okay, I didn't do enough last year. Okay, full, all engines, all cylinders running. Let's do this. And that more push and pull. And you're going to maybe run off of that momentum, run off of that steam. But guess what? More likely you're going to crash and burn and feel more of that coming head to of what you don't want things to be. You burn out, you slow down, you're not consistent, then you're not going to your next level, right? So what do you truly desire the rest of the year to be? And how do you truly desire to feel? Because this is going to set that chain reaction for 2025. Next, what is it you already have set up that supports this? Okay, so what do you have going for you? So twofold, right? So we talked about how you want to feel and what you want to achieve by the rest of the year, right? So for me, the 2 things I'm focusing on is my Manifest membership and my VIP spa day, right? So that's that tangible part that I want to have set up. But as I mentioned, how I want to feel is I want it to feel restful. I want to feel renewed. I want to renew now. I want to celebrate now. I want to review things now. So how do I then marry the 2? And I take a look at what do I already have set up. So Manifest membership has been going on for 4 months now. And I have people already sign up for the new year, right? They already renewed. Some renewed for the entire year for 2025. They got like such a good price because they joined at the founder's price. And the rates are still really good. It just starts at $100 a month, but I'll share more at the end. And so what do I already have set up that supports this? I already have people in the program. I already have the sales page set up. I have these videos that's going to live online. And then how do I have set up the emotional, energetic side of it? I have the trip set up. I have the 2 weeks set up. And even now, what I'm doing is I made it so manageable and easy for myself for the next 2 weeks. I started this 3 weeks ago, but next 2 weeks, which is focusing on just one thing that I know works really well because people see it. I speak really well, even though I make up my own words, but I have a lot of throat energy. I express myself really well. As a manifester, I have consistent throat energy for expression and manifestation. So I use that to my advantage, right? So what do you already have going for you? What do you have set up that supports what you want for the rest of the year? So don't think you have to start from scratch. You have to do more. You probably have to let go of some things and start doing things more fine-tuned and intentionally. So I just came off of our call for Manifest and someone said, I don't want to do social media. I really don't like it. And I said, well, where do your clients come from? Referrals? Okay, how can you do more of that? How could you nurture that? How could you already have the seeds planted, right? Don't think about planting new seeds. Nurture, give more food to what you already have, the plants that are already growing. And guess what? Do that now. What else is going to sprout for 2025, right? So I thought that was so beautiful that came up. She didn't have to do more. She has to do less and do what she's already doing, just a little bit more intentionally. The next step is, then what's one step you can take to feel complete for the year? What's one step you can take to feel complete for the year or for the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever your goal is? And maybe you're a manifesting generator or a generator, you could do more. But what do you desire, right? Like, don't feel if one is like, oh, I really don't want to do one. I have more energy. I feel so alive and ignited to do more. Do that. But what is one step, one simple step that you can do to feel complete for the year? To start feeling like, oh, okay, I have clients already. I want to nurture them. So how do you nurture them? The clients that you have by the end of the year, can you do like a free masterclass? Can you invite all your current clients and past clients and anyone they want to bring and do a live event if you're really good at speaking? How could you deliver value to what you already have and do that really well and powerfully in the next 2-3 weeks? And can you do that weekly? Can you do that 2-3 times a week? Can you offer something, like an intro session for free? Can you offer your current clients a gift if they refer someone, right? So what can you do that's already working well to feel complete for the rest of the year? Just for the next 2-3 weeks, right? So hoping that helps. I'm just excited for you. You have to do it. Just apply what I'm teaching you. How do you avoid burnout and that push energy that you may be feeling for the rest of the year is number one, check into the metrics you've set for yourself. And is this something you set for yourself or was it someone else or old conditioning, that expired identity that set those metrics? And ask yourself, what is it that I truly desire? What is aligned to my truth and my desire? And then number two, what do you truly desire the end of the year to be? And how do you desire to feel by the end of the year, right? Or the remaining part of this year? How do you desire to feel now moving forward as we close off this year? And number three, what is already going well for you? What do you already have set up that supports what it is that you want? So if you want to be really relaxed during the holidays, you want to be present with your family, how could you start doing that now? What do you have set up now? Do you already have daycare set up? Could you if you want like a day off, my husband and I were going to do a couple of days to ourselves and send the kids to the grandparents for a couple of days over the holidays. So what do you already have set up, or what could you set up for yourself? And then what do you already have set up? Take a look at what you already have. And then the next step is, what's that step you can take, a simple step you can take to complete that, to bring that into fruition for yourself, to feel complete for the year. So I hope you enjoyed that. Next week, I'll be back and I'm going to do the final part of this series to create exponential growth for 2025. I would love to hear your thoughts on this and what impacted you and it spoke to you the most. So leave it in the comments below. Or always, you can DM me on Instagram at Goddess of Wisdom Coach. I love hearing from you. And when you're ready to take it to the next step, I would love to have you. There's 2 opportunities to go deeper. Is my VIP spa day. And what we do is we go one-on-one. We go to Go Spa spa in Markham, or we can always do this online as well. Obviously, it won't be at the spa, but it will be like a spa day for you, your soul, and your business. And what we do is we work one-on-one intensely on your business, your goals, where you're at. We set that from a conscious, desirable space, from the truth of you, from the core divine feminine of you, what you truly desire to bring to life. We bring that to life. Like, what is going on right now that's working for you? What needs to let go? What is the resistance? We clear that on every level. I bring you into full embodiment alignment for your manifestations to come into fruition. So we work one-on-one, and I work with you on your mindset and your energy, whatever you need at the time, to clear the resistance and open you up to receiving. And we walk away with a tangible plan that it's your unique way to manifest. That feels good and in alignment, and that satisfies pleasure, space, and time, and freedom, and connect you to your truth and create from the place of truth. And then we have the Manifest membership. The price right now starts at $100 per month. It will increase in 2025 to $222. And what we do here is, I don't even know how to put this into like one sentence, but I just blow up all of the energetic blocks around manifesting what it is that you want. You want more freedom, you want more time, you want more peace, you want more clients, you want more money. It's all there. It's already created. And what we do is I tie you back in. I plug you back into your core, to your power, your infinite manifesting being, so that you are manifesting powerfully, with more speed, with more joy, and just to the next level. And so every week you get support from me. You get a monthly group call with me where we go deep. I teach a potent tool, and then we do Q&A and hot seat. And then every week I'm dropping in manifestation trainings to keep that momentum going. And then there's a Q&A week where you ask me anything, and we blow up anything else that has come up, those blocks, the resistance that are there. And so that you're always in this clear, receptive, open space to receive and manifest what it is that you want. So I'll leave all the details below. Thank you all for watching and listening. I would love to hear what came up for you, so feel free to share. Have a great day.